I want to congratulate Air Force. They have an excellent football team. It was a classic game. Certainly some ebbs and flows. There's things that we could do better, but I don't want to take anything away from Air Force. I mean, they played physical. Our guys battled in there and hung in there. We had an opportunity to win and didn't get it done. So questions.
Craig, how disappointing is it that special teams let you down tonight?
Well, there's a lot of things that are disappointing.
What do you say to John Hoyland, Coach?
I'm going to encourage him.
Is this one that's going to be really tough to swallow compared to some others?
No, I mean, this is I knew coming in, guys, you're going to have two classic games that are vying for it, and there's certainly things that we can do better. What we got to do is make some corrections and take advantage of this bye week. We're a beat-up football team coming into this game. I was scared to death that we were going to have to play a physical game, and we certainly did. But we'll lick our wounds and we'll bounce back.
Craig, you guys were really clicking again in the first half offensively. How
Yeah.
big a momentum switch was that fake punt?
Well, I think anytime a fake punt occurs, typically it's been my experience, those are going to have a huge impact in the game. But there's other things. I mean, we get a field goal or extra point blocked. That's something we would do. And so there's a lot of things that went into this game that we've got to correct. Our guys gave great effort. We certainly can coach better. There's things that we can play better. But I want to make this real clear. That's a good football team, and we played them at home.
How encouraged are you with Andrew Peasley's plays?
I thought he played really well, particularly at the beginning of the game, and he made some great plays. Obviously, the fourth down touchdown was really good. Encouraged, and he was gutting things out. He got dinged up a little bit, but I was encouraged by Andrew.
Going into the bye week, off the top of your head right now, what's the biggest lesson or the biggest thing you guys are going to hit?
Well, the first thing we got to do is get refreshed. I mean, we've gone through a gauntlet, and it put our football team where we were getting national recognition. We recognize that. We got to bounce back. There's corrections we need to make. I think obviously some pass protection needs to improve. I don't know how much we can work on tackling. They always run with their pads over their toes. We got to make sure we're fresh when we play Boise. Obviously, they're a really good football team, and it's my job as a head football coach to lick our wounds. I mean, those guys are hurting in the locker room. I'm hurting too. I understand your questions. I mean, it's hard, but this is college football, and now we've got to lick our wounds and get back on these buses and go back to Laramie.
When that possession before John's second missed field goal, was it the plan to just run it and try to go for the field goal?
I'm having a hard time putting those all together. Probably not. Other questions?
Beyond that last touchdown run, how do you guys feel like you did against the triple option?
I thought it was okay. It wasn't so much the triple option, but there was way too many times the ball would be second down and 4, second down and 5, and we needed to be second down and 8, kind of how we started. And so they were a physical team. They came off the football. They knocked us off the ball, and we oozed. But we hung in there. I kept on feeling like sooner or later we're going to get a couple fumbles, and that's exactly what happened. It just so happens we didn't turn the one into a touchdown.
Speaking of fumbles, they said on the TV that there was a fumble before Air Force's touchdown there in the third quarter. Did you guys take a look at it?
We don't have an opportunity to take a look at it. They review every play. I know that. I don't know what the TV people saw, but I do know there's like all kinds of cameras, and it's, we've got a collaborative replay. They're looking at it in Dallas too, so it must not have been.
5 games left. Do you feel like all your goals are still in front of you?
Well, certainly one of our goals is to win the conference championship, and the winner of this game put themselves in the catbird seat, and so now you got to count on somebody else. But what we've got to do, Ryan, is we've got to correct some of the effort was there, the execution wasn't. We got to correct that stuff, and we got to get healthy. And there's a lot of guys playing with baling wire, and it's going to be an opportunity for this bye week.
Well, given that, how important was that win against Fresno State with that goal?
Well, that's in the back of my rearview mirror right now. I mean, I can appreciate the question. It was a huge win. This was a gut-wrenching loss.